Hello, welcome to my channel. My name's Mark and you join me as I'm just setting up my very first virtual PC using Shadow.tech. I've been given a month account to try this out. I'm just about to test it. This is designed for gamers in mind. Basically, you are renting a PC with very high specs to allow you to play really top-end games. You can use a laptop or Android, and as long as the lag's not too great, in theory, you shouldn't notice that you're using a remote PC. I'm really intrigued by this idea, as essentially you are renting a top-end PC for not very much money, saves you a whole load of cash. Gaming PCs are very expensive. I'm just setting up the client on my standard PC now so that I can start configuring the remote PC, and then we'll put it through its paces and see how it performs. Once you signed up to the Shadow service, you'll get an email saying it might take 5 days. In reality, it only took 10 minutes for my Shadow PC to be set up. Once you've installed the app, you then have a Windows 10 PC ready for you to set up as if it was a physical PC. You'll need at least a 15 meg connection, and in return, you'll have a PC that can be accessed on Windows, Android, Linux, and iOS is apparently coming soon. The app is very clean, very simple. You've got a few toggles and various bits and pieces to take a look at. Auto bandwidth, you can run a speed test, you can enable the microphone. These are all going to be useful features if you're planning on using this as a streaming PC. If you run a speed test, it will recommend your speed. It should be noted I'm with Virgin Media and I'm on a 200 meg package, and it's recommended a 27 connection, but that's probably because I'm using Powerline. The other key thing to note here is a lot of things are in beta, and one you definitely want to switch on if you're going to be gaming with a gamepad is USB over IP. That just allows you to make sure you're using your peripherals with the Shadow PC. To access the PC, you just press start, it will form the connection and take you to the Windows login screen. So I've been using this on my main PC, but really this service is better suited for use on lower powered laptops. To help play games on the laptop, I will be using this EasySMX game controller. I'll put a link to this in the description below. It can be used with Windows, Xbox, Android and PlayStation, and it plugs into your laptop via a small USB dongle. I just want to show you how this works with the gamepad. You can see here I've loaded up the game already, and again, whenever I've played this, there's not been any difference between this on my PC or laptop and this on the Shadow, apart from everything runs nice and smoothly. So here we are, we're in the game. Looking at the game, you can probably see that it's not the most demanding of games. My laptop can actually play this no problem, so I could play this with my controller on my laptop without using the Shadow. So let's ramp things up a bit. I know for a fact that No Man's Sky is a tough game for my laptop. I've installed it and you can see this is running on the laptop. It's struggling a little bit. Now let's run it on the Shadow, so it's on the same laptop, and you can see that it's much smoother, and it looks like you're natively playing on the laptop, but you're not. You're playing on a remote PC. It's really nice and smooth, and I didn't find any problems at all. It was as if I was playing on the laptop. It's quite a surreal experience when you've got it in full screen mode. All of a sudden this laptop that can struggle to play games most of the time can suddenly play high-end bits and pieces. Now let's test this out on Android. For this tech experiment, I'm going to be using the DroidBOX. I reviewed this previously, quite a long time ago now. It's still a great box, and it has USB ports on, which allows me to plug in the controller dongle, which was recognised straight away. So this is on an Android box. I have contacted the manufacturer about this, and they say that it is not really optimized yet for Android boxes, but you can see we've got access to games. These are a mixture of games actually, so we've got some that are on Steam, and then you've got some that are on the Origin platform as well. So here we've got the same game I showed you before on the laptop, but this time it's very laggy. Unfortunately, Shadow on an Android box just doesn't work particularly well at the moment, and I think that's a real shame. This would be an amazing app to have an Android box under your telly and be able to access a high-end gaming PC. Shadow did say to me that it's better on a mobile rather than an Android box, so to put that to the test, I've installed it on a OnePlus 6, and I've changed the gaming controller to one that's better suited for mobile games, as it has the holder built in. So I've swapped over to using the Shadow app on the OnePlus 6, and it's incredible. It works beautifully. So I've got it all paired up with the controller, and now you can see it is much better than on the Android box. I'd really hope that they could get this kind of experience on the Android box instead of just on the phone only, because this is incredible. I've got a full PC on my phone. It's quite surreal having access to your Steam library on your mobile. You can see here No Man's Sky working perfectly well. It's very playable on the phone. It actually works really well as a mobile game with this controller. I tried quite a few games and almost all of them played fine. The one that I struggled with was Rocket League. For some reason it occasionally went a little bit glitchy, a little bit laggy, and wasn't really a great experience, especially when you're playing against other people. The slight glitches can mean the difference between scoring or not scoring, which isn't great in an online game. Worth noting that it worked fine on the Windows version. Rocket League played perfectly. In case you're wondering, if you have it open on one device and then open it on another, it will shut down on your previously open device and start on your new device. I've really enjoyed using the Shadow system. I think this could well be the future of PC gaming. Rather than buying expensive equipment, instead you will rent it. It remains to be seen how often they will upgrade the hardware to keep it in line with new kit that's come out. So at the moment they're on 1080 in terms of a GTX equivalent, but of course they've just released a whole new ray tracing capabilities and this, that and the other. When will Shadow update that? That remains to be seen. It's amazing that it can be used with USB peripherals, and the little game controller I was using has worked brilliantly with it. I'll put a link to this in the description as well. It's only a low cost one, but it worked very well on my PC and also on the Android box. There's some work to do on the Android box side of things, and that's a real shame because this could be a Steam Link-like device. Imagine if you could have a little box that, as long as you've got internet connection, if you just plug it into a telly, you've got access to this amazing gaming PC. So whether that's in your living room or when you're out and about at a hotel, maybe staying over somewhere, of course a wired connection is pretty essential in these situations. The laptop I was using wireless. I did try it on the B-Ben laptop, which I reviewed a while ago. It doesn't have the 5 GHz Wi-Fi range that my other laptop that you've seen does have, and it really struggled. Everything was quite choppy. So your kits that you're going to need are at least a 15 meg connection. I'm on Virgin Media and have 200. Ideally you want to wire this in via an Ethernet plug. The PC that I've been using this on a lot is actually wired in over Ethernet over power, so power line adapters, and that's worked absolutely fine. But if you're using a laptop, a low-cost laptop, and it doesn't have the faster Wi-Fi, you're going to have to figure out a way of plugging that in. Controllers are always useful, and of course you're going to have to pay the subscription fee. If you're currently running a low-end laptop, I think you should definitely give this a go if you're curious. I've got a discount code for you, so it's normally about £26 a month, but using the discount code MarkDraper10 at checkout will get you £10 off that. So that's £10 off for the month, and then if you decide you don't want it, you can cancel your subscription. It's subscription month on month, there's no contract involved, and once you've cancelled, I think you get about 30 days to change your mind, and if you don't change your mind, that's it, your PC's gone. You can always reactivate it, but you have to go through the trouble of setting up the PC from scratch again. Hope you found this short overview of the Shadow gaming PC experience useful. I've really enjoyed it. I will put links in the description below as well as that discount code in case you didn't catch it. I hope you found the short review useful. If you have, please consider subscribing and don't forget to hit the notification button, and I'll see you next time.